I'm Jennifer Lagman. I'm going to interview Ms. Liza Andizon to learn the most common difficulties encountered by students in Steno Sevilla High School. Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
Can you give a brief explanation on what guidance counselors do?
Guidance counselor's role basically is to assist the students, as for my case, to come up with the better decisions that is actually contrary to the notion that guidance counselors merely give advices.
Why did you choose Steno Sevilla High School?
Okay. Actually, just the thought of moving from a private institution to a public one is quite difficult. But then being called twice in the public service is, for me, I think my first reason why I had to move to a public high school. And second, for me, much help can be given to the students as regards to the guidance services, especially in the public settings. Relatively kasi, the guidance office, especially here in Steno, is relatively young. Probably barely almost 4 to 5 years. So there's still a lot to do.
What are the skills required to become an effective guidance counselor?
So, to be an effective guidance counselor basing from Carl Rogers is first, you need to have empathy. Empathy is going beyond sympathy. Empathy is placing yourself to the shoe of the person you are talking with so that you can better understand him or her. Genuineness is also necessary because you have to be real to the person you are talking to. And third, unconditional positive regard. So a guidance counselor must view the person in a way na nakikita pa rin niya na may kakayahan yung taong ito na magbago.
So how do students approach you?
Okay, a majority of the students can actually greet me, and some are comfortable dealing with me, but still there are some who are shy or some who are still afraid because they feel that the guidance counselor is still a discipline officer. I don't know in your case when you were in high school if that's also how you feel, no? Pero we are still on the process of breaking that misconception about guidance counselors.
So what are the problems they encountered in their studies?
In terms of academics, the basic problem would be time management, and then study habits, difficulty formulating their study habits, and then difficulty concentrating or prioritizing what needs to go first in terms of their projects, of their requirements, and of their exams. Sort of like those problems.
So what about their social life?
Their social life. Okay. First problem that they encounter is more on peer pressure. So, their problems with their friends or with their the people, their classmates, the teens who are close to them of their age, and then financial constraints also sometimes with their academics, and yun, somehow yun ang mga nababanggit.
What about their love life? Are there any problems?
Oh yes, that's a basic concern of any teenager. Love life.
Especially in high school.
Yes, you know that. In their love life, one of the common things I hear from them is difficulty letting go of a past relationship. No? Hindi makapag-move on, mga ganon. And then, rivalry. No? karibal. Even boys, be it boys or girls, may mga ganung concern sila. And then, some are unsure of their feelings. No? Kung sasagutin ba niya or not, or hindi pa siya pwedeng magka-boyfriend, but she feels something special for this person. So, yun yung mga common concerns nila when it comes to love life.
So, what about the most common family problems you heard from?
Family problems naman, commonly, having separated parents. That's one concern. And then, misunderstanding among parents and children. Yung tinatawag nilang feeling nila, may generation gap. They feel that they are not being understood by their parents. And students dealing with some relatives. So there are students who are not actually living with their parents, but they are being taken care of by their uncles or aunties. So those are some of the family problems that they encounter.
So, among these problems you heard, what's the most unusual one?
I'm trying to think of something unusual, but so far none. Because I think most of their concerns are actually what teenagers would experience.
So, how do you guide them so they can cope up with difficulties?
Okay, of course, the very heart of the guidance center would be the counseling service and follow-up services. And then, to prevent some problems from occurring, I also organize seminars or group sessions and even homeroom guidance services so that they can have something to guide them. So even though they do not yet experience those problems, they can prepare themselves and they can do something to prevent themselves from encountering those problems.
So, do you also learn from the students?
Yeah, definitely. Their stories, when they share their stories to me, I understand them better, and I realize that their stories actually help me to understand others also. So it's not only me who is helping them, but they also teach me some things through their stories.
So, before we end this interview, I would like to ask about how would you describe yourself when being a guidance counselor?
Okay. Probably I can just describe myself as somebody who is willing to listen and assist my clients. And second, I'm a counselor who loves to learn.
Thank you very much for your time. As a token of my appreciation, I would like to give you something.
Wow.
I'll give you the time.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Nag-nose bleed ka pa ako today.